One of the most interesting plugins I've seen in a while just dropped. It's called Space Blender by Sound Toys, and as you can see right here, it's free until May 22nd. So in a couple of weeks, it's going to be $100. But if you get it quickly, it's free, and it's a very, very interesting reverb plugin. Honestly, one of the most creative ones I've seen in a while. Now, obviously, I'm not being paid by Sound Toys. That's the company who made this again. To promote this. They're not sponsoring a channel with 600, but I would recommend getting this as soon as possible because I've never really seen a reverb plugin that does what Space Blender does before. It's almost more of a sound design plugin than just a simple reverb. So let's get into it. I have this this little project here that I've been working on, but we're gonna do this guitar. It's a guitar loop right here that I've just kind of chopped up because unfortunately I can't play guitar yet. So yeah, I don't have a mic, I don't have an amp. So here's what we're gonna have to do. And let's just listen to it dry. Just a sample chopped up. And I have some, I have a reverb send here. This one has ROM on it, which maybe I'll talk about in another video. That's more of a standard reverb though. What we're talking about is this bad boy right here. If it opens. Oh, okay. Here we go. Space Blender. Here we go. And I'm just going to put the thing on it. This is the default patch when you open it. I'm just going to put this on it and play it for a second. So wow, you can see that did a lot, This I just double checking there. That, very washy, very big space. So let's get through how this works. Now real quick, I do want to say you can kind of tell up here this is a pretty CPU intensive plugin, I've noticed. So probably use it pretty sparingly. I think definitely get the mix knob, turn it to 100 and use it as a send so you don't have to put it on a bunch of different tracks. And you can make it super washy anyways with how this thing works. So let's get into it. First things first is this display up here. Now the thing that's interesting is that Sound Toys describes this, well I had the manual open, I closed it, but they describe this as a kind of like sound tunnel. If you look on their website or on the manual, that's what they describe this as. So the sound passes through over here and it comes out over here and it's like a defined time. So it's not like it'll keep delaying. It just affects it during this space and that's it. And right here with this, you can, like this pink dot basically is shaping the sound. The time is this time knob. We'll get into it. So first of all, like you can go over here, make it onset and then kind of fade out, or you can do the opposite, or you can do anything in between. So if you drag it to the top here, that's like 100% and this is 0. And then you can kind of like flip flop it. It's pretty intuitive. Like you can figure out how that works. So I'll kind of mess around with this while playing just so you can hear it. And you can see right here on the screen, the signal passing through. So let's let that stop real quick. I'm going to drag it to the other side. Did you see that? It like affected it while I was doing it. So I'm sure you could probably do some really cool like automation with this plugin. But if you notice, if I play it now, it's going to start dry and then slowly fade into the reverb. So that's really cool. Now, what do the rest of these do? We'll start with the time knob. You notice there's 2 buttons here, warp and sync. Sync simply just syncs it to the beat. So instead of doing milliseconds, it'll be beats. And warp adds like a pitch effect to the time. So watch this. I'll turn warp off first. Here's the time. The shortest you can do is 100 milliseconds. If you kind of go up, it just lengthens it. But if you turn on warp, so that's really weird. There's definitely some potential there for some crazy sounds. So yeah, that it basically adds like a pitch glide effect to your reverb. Honestly, something I haven't really seen before. Color is a little more self-explanatory, but still, not every, like the thing you'll realize with this plugin is not everything is as it seems. So color, you'd think, okay, maybe it's like an EQ, like a tone knob, like brightness, and that is what it is, but they're very specific in their manual that I went and read because I don't have a life. All the way over here is all the way dark, and all the way over here is bright, so I'll play that in a second. But they specify it doesn't change it instantly. It's like over time. You'll hear it like getting, like if you turn it over here, you'll hear it, the reverb getting brighter, over here getting darker. So I'm going to start it all the way dark. My space bar is stuck. And then all the way bright. So definitely noticeable. I I'd like to describe this as like shimmer. Like I almost think they should have named this shimmer because that's kind of what it sounds like to me. So very interesting. It is a tone knob, just not in the way you'd maybe expect. Texture is a little bit weird. If we turn this all the way here, you can see on the screen it just turns like, you know, the shape, I guess, the blend, whatever you want to call it on this, to just a bunch of lines, and you can hear it's like really stuttery. Especially when I pause it. Did you hear that? I'll make the time a little bit louder. Or longer, not louder. There we go. You can hear it like clicking. It's like very like da-da-da-da-da. And then the more you do it, the smoother it is. So I'd like to describe this as like how stuttery the reverb is, how long the delay period is, and they kind of blend into each other the more you turn this texture knob. And finally, the mod knob. This starts all the way up. I mean, the mix is self-explanatory. So mod, this is like a, it's kind of like a phase, like it modulates it. It gives it like a chorus effect is kind of what I'm trying to say. So all the way off. Turn it up. You can kind of hear it. It kind of affects like the density of the sound in a way. It's very interesting, but think of this as kind of like affecting the chorus. I can't think off the top of my head, like when to use it like this or this, but you know, you can figure that out. I think these three knobs are the most interesting ones right now. Mix is self-explanatory, and then freeze is the other thing. Some other reverbs have this where you can play it for a bit. You can hit the freeze button, and then if you pause, you'll notice it goes here and then comes back around. So it keeps looping so that you can hear the sound. And what's cool about this is you can affect stuff while it's looping. So you can kind of hear how it's different. Like if I turn the color all the way up, it gets brighter. Or maybe not. Ooh, did you hear that? That's cool. It's like a when you have the mod all the way down as opposed to all the way up. I like that. Like bright color, low mod, low texture. That's really interesting. Anyways, the freeze knob, some other reverbs have this. You can mess with it, see what it does. Before I end the video, I'm gonna quickly do this on piano, and I'm gonna compare it to a regular reverb. So I'm gonna send this to the regular ROM send first. ROM is of course another free reverb that's very, very good, but more normal. Love how that sounds, but screw it, okay? I'm feeling different. Let's go over here and turn this up. I'm liking that. Let's keep it bright, but make it smoother with the texture knob, and maybe add a little bit of chorus. You can see the plugin lagging. It definitely is very CPU intensive, so you gotta watch that. Honestly, it might even be a good idea to resample when you're using this, just so you don't have to have the plugin open too much. But yeah, super, super interesting plugin from Sound Toys here. You know, I'm not just saying that. Like, it is a really cool plugin. Go check it out. Space Bender, what the fuck? Space Blender, and it's very interesting, and it's free until May 22nd. So yeah, you can go look at their website here. They give you more information. Go check it out. Super cool.